Hello vinyl freaks, it's the Danish record handler here, and today we're gonna be talking about another Danish progressive rock band from the 70s, and they're called Barbarella. So Barbarella formed in 1973 by musicians that all appeared in the scene around Club 47 in Amager, which is in Copenhagen. And this club also had names appearing such as Egg and Alronerud, which was, you know, psychedelic rock and progressive rock. Actually, the guitarist of Barbarella, Kenneth Carter, he had been a member of Alronerud for a short while. He never appeared on an album, but it must have been back in 1972, and then he was co-founding Barbarella. The only member of Barbarella who had appeared on an album before this was the drummer called Terje Barnholt. He was playing in the band called Terje, Jesper og Joachim, and they put out an album in, I think it was late 1970, on the Spectator label. This record is produced poorly, but it's heavy. You can hear that they are playing heavy. The sound is just not that good. But the record today, it's really expensive. So in this video I will do things a little bit different, because I'm gonna review this album from the first track to the last. So let's get started. First track, Barbarella. Let's talk about the name, because I'm pretty sure you will think the same, and it's not really documented. But I think the band took their name from the 1968 sci-fi flick starring Jane Fonda. So, of course, the lyrics, to my ears, they're a little bit naive. It sounds like a love letter by a 14-year-old boy to Jane Fonda. You know, it's those very happy lyrics. The first part of the song is very poppy and upbeat, and you kind of think, is this really a progressive rock album when I listen to this? But actually, halfway through the song, it changes into a more spacey vibe with some very, you know, brilliant guitar work. So let's check that out. So the next track is called Dane Går, and let's listen a little bit to that. This one is a little bit more epic sounding, but with an upbeat shuffle beat. I really think this one is a very strong track on the album. Of course, I really like the first track, Barbarella, as well, especially because of the second half of the track. But this song, it's more like what you would expect from the album, like being progressive, and it's really cool. I really like this song. Also, this track has a really nice psychedelic section that adds a little darkness to the song, so let's check that out. Okay, then we have a completely different song here with 50% Chance, which is like an upbeat rock and roll song. To me, this track is a little bit out of place here on the album. It really doesn't sound like it belongs here, but with time it kind of grew on me, I would say. Also, this track was put out in 1975 as a single by the band, and this was the A-side, which leads us to the B-side of the single, which is the next track. So, as you could hear, this track is like an atmospheric ballad. It doesn't sound like anything else on the album. Also, the vocalist, I think it's not the same guy as on the rest of the LP. He has a bit of a deeper voice, where if you think about the vocalist who sings the rest of the album, he has this very lightweight vocals. Really suiting for pop music, I would say. But this ballad, it's fine. I kind of like it. It grew on me. Okay, side B of the album is actually stepping into a more interesting area again, as it's rediscovering the more progressive side of the band. And first starting with this track, Livet er også for mig. Of the song, they're kind of environmentally conscious, hippie lyrics. It has some cool moments, I would say, and it's a promising start for side B. Hvis du tror, at jeg er skør. It's a fun psych track. I really like this one. It's kind of stepping really into the direction of the album that I like. And this one leads into what I would say the epic of the album. Hun maser sig ind is probably the heaviest track of the album. Just something about this groove of this song that just pushes this album into excellency. I really like this song, and especially this groove. Later on in the track, it becomes more light, but with a couple nods to In the Court of the Crimson King by King Crimson. But before we go to the next track, I just wanna showcase the groove that I'm talking about in this song. So take a listen. So that leads us to the last track of the album, and it's a ballad, and it's called Gå gennem gaderne.
Gå gennem gaderne en vinternat, at se sneen falde som vand.
No offense to anybody who likes this song, because I respect that. But to me, it sounds a little bit forgettable, especially coming after the last track. And this is just like a very simple ballad, nothing crazy going on. So to me, it's fine that it's there, but it's not really a track that I'm looking forward to hear, or a track that I feel like have something to offer for me, but maybe it has for others. So I would say kind of a weak ending to the album. So for me, the album ends with Hun meldte sig ind, and then this one just follows, and it's fine. So Barbarella only released this LP, but following the release, there was a change in the lineup. So first off, the guitarist, Kenneth Carter, he was replaced by another guy called Ivan Horn. Ivan Horn is one of the greatest guitar heroes in Danish rock music. He started out in a band called Blues Addicts. And Blues Addicts, they also released a self-titled album on the Spectator label. So it's also a very rare record to find today, and it's very, very, very expensive. But if you like Jimi Hendrix and Cream, then that album you will probably dig. But be forewarned, the production is very lousy on it. But the guitar work is great when it's there. So then a member of a Spectator album gets into the band, then another gets out. And I'm talking about Terje Barnholt. He was replaced by René Wulff. And René Wulff, he was a member of one of probably the best Danish heavy rock album ever released, which is 1974's Sensory System. He was a member of that band just before joining Barbarella. So Barbarella would actually appear on another album, but not as Barbarella, but just as musicians that helped out. But we will talk about that album another time. So if you liked my review of Barbarella, I hope that you will continue watching, so please subscribe. I will try and upload as many videos as possible talking about the Danish rock albums in my collection. Either if you're Danish or you're not, I hope my videos, they will create a spark of interest for you to go out and hunt the Danish rock releases from the 70s. Lots of them are very expensive, but you can also find some very cool stuff for no money, and it's really worth checking out. So go to a record store near you, or go on Discogs and hunt for the records there. Good luck, see you later.